Yeah, you're.
2, 1. All right, we've started. How are we doing, Dale? Good to be back.
Yes, great to be back.
Yeah, it's
Really great to be back.
been ages now. It's been like must be about 6 months or longer since we last sat down to do this.
At least, yeah. It feels like a long time, but it also doesn't. Like
Yeah,
so much has happened and so much hasn't happened.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, but I'm feeling like it's starting to approach spring again here now. You can kind of notice it, and feeling like how has it been a year ago since that all this kind of started to take hold? Because like it
I
was
know it's gone quickly, but and slowly at the same time.
yeah, it has. Yeah, I think it was April maybe when we started potentially. So
Yeah,
nearly a year.
but the weather's getting better already, which is really promising.
Yeah. So come to this podcast if you want to talk about the weather.
Oh, I'm actually buzzing about the weather though.
Oh my! I don't know whether it's a thing about getting like in your late 20s, but like I
Yeah.
think about the weather even more now than ever. Like maybe everybody does though, because like it's one thing you can kind of cling to at the minute. Like, oh, it's getting better. Like
yeah.
But no, I definitely feel like a lot more hopeful about things and positive about things this week. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, definitely.
As good as you can be.
Especially with COVID potentially the restrictions being over by June. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Alas, we are not here to talk about the weather or COVID.
Sorry to disappoint.
We're doing a soft rebrand of the old podcast here, and it's going to be more Marvel based, Star Wars when it's relevant, things like that, just focusing it in on the stuff that we really care about at the moment.
Yes.
Rather than just doing like those random news stories that we did before. Yeah. And the reviews for recommendations, if we ever get around to doing those again, we'll just stick those in their own video, which will be good. All right.
Signed.
This week we will be talking about, well, let's talk about the Spider-Man 3 title reveal and the marketing's kind of started for that before we jump into our overall thoughts on episode 8 of WandaVision and the entire show, seeing as we've not really spoken about it.
No, not really. Been very quiet on that front, haven't we?
Yeah. So it'll be good to have a real in-depth conversation with you about it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it because like off camera, like we generally haven't really spoke much about it. The odd message every Saturday morning. Oh, loved it.
It has been fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah, so what was your reaction to the little marketing stunt they did with the various name drops for different titles? And
yeah, I have to admit, right? I will admit this openly.
Yeah.
I saw Tom Holland's first. And I've been like, I don't know why, but like I'm just genuinely really excited about the title. And
what was the
Tom Holland first, and Tom Holland's was Spider-Man Phone Home. and I like for like maybe 2 minutes I believed it. Because I was just so excited, and I thought, all these things were spinning through my head, and then I saw Jacob Batalon's like Ned's post, and thought, okay. I was like waiting on Zendaya's then, and then hers came through, and then I think it's the next day, wasn't it, that the reveal came?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah.
What do you think of the title?
I like it. Yeah. It when you see it together, like Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, and when you think about what it could potentially be about, what the rumors are, and what I think anyway, and that is it does kind of make sense, and
no, it's nice that it fits as a trilogy. The title structure is quite satisfying that way.
it is, isn't it? Like the home trilogy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I mean a title is a title, but it's always like when they do something creative and cool where the three films have a a reference in there, so it ties together. That's quite good to see. But yeah, I don't know about the actual film with all those rumors. Like, what could it mean? No Way Home? Like, maybe they're stuck in a different reality, or he's trying to, absolve himself from his crimes that were revealed at the end of what is it? Why am I blanking on it? The second one, Far From Home.
We got there, yeah.
And J.K. Simmons kind of comes out. Yeah.
You see that, like, when I first saw J.K. Simmons at the end of Far From Home, I did think, like, is that related to the multiverse? That was my thoughts about that.
Yeah,
and then now, when apparently in the timeline, like, WandaVision is set like very soon after Endgame finishes, like quite after Tony's funeral.
So it's like 6 months.
Spoilers for Endgame, but why? Like,
yeah. No, why are you listening to this podcast
2 years later?
Caught up?
That's mad. Like, Endgame's nearly 2 years old. That's like,
yeah, that's flown by.
But yeah, no. So Spider-Man: Far From Home is set months after.
Yeah, so 6 months, I think, is it? Something like that.
So whatever happens in WandaVision has already happened months ago in Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah.
So there is potential that we could look back on that and go, oh. But did you see the images that were released as well from No Way Home? Like,
no, I haven't seen them.
They went along with their Instagram posts. Like, there was 3 separate images, and it was like MJ, Peter, and Ned in some kind of building, like, walking around. And a lot of people think that they're in the Sanctum, Doctor Strange's Sanctum.
Do you know what? No, I did see that. Yeah.
It's like grey in the background.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool.
Doctor Strange is confirmed to be in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and it's really cool because Doctor Strange, obviously, like, we're getting into WandaVision here, but like, Doctor Strange is confirmed, or like, Wanda's confirmed being Doctor Strange too, and then Doctor Strange is confirmed being Spider-Man, and then Kevin Feige has confirmed that all 3 kind of
it's their own. It's a story,
own kind of story. Yeah. So yeah, I think at this stage, what would you say? Like, what would your prediction be then? Do you think it's a multiverse film?
Yes. Considering that Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 and Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 are both coming back. Strange choice for Electro, but I reckon they could redeem him.
I think that might be the idea behind it all. But like, do you think that they're sort of playing like that villain, but not the same reality as from the other?
It could be anything. It could be the exact same character, or it could be an alternate reality version of that character.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. But it seems to me like there's something is going to happen at the end of WandaVision, which we can get into our predictions later. But something's going to set off this multiverse chain reaction or whatever. And they didn't seem to know about it in Spider-Man 2. They didn't seem to they never referenced it. So maybe certain things were just trickling in, like the J.K. Simmons, like no one's fully aware it's really happening, but it is happening. Yeah.
That could be really interesting. And then some kind of big event then happens in Spider-Man 3, and that kind of like blows it open even more, heading into the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness.
So it's down to Doctor Strange to kind of fix it all and fight Wanda and things like that.
Well, yeah. I'm just really looking forward to seeing Doctor Strange again.
yeah. And again, he might turn up at the end of WandaVision. Who knows?
Like, going off on a little bit of a tangent, but with Doctor Strange, I'm sure. I don't know if you feel the same way, but do you not think like I was so much more interested in him as a character after Infinity War and Endgame? Like,
yeah, especially just straight after Infinity War, after he's like battling Thanos. That's just. Yeah, he just infinitely became a better character.
Yeah. And he's such an important role in those films as well. It's just really like the whole concept of it all and the idea, behind him being the protector. It's really cool.
Protector of their reality. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Spider-Man 3, like I can call it Spider-Man No Way Home now. It's weird, like I saw an interview with Kevin Feige and he was like, somebody said it talked about Spider-Man 3 and he was like, so strange hearing people saying Spider-Man 3. He was like, I worked on Spider-Man 3. Like,
the Sam Raimi one.
Yeah.
With Bully Maguire.
Bully Maguire. We'll have to talk a lot more about Tobey Maguire later, won't we?
Well, that's the thing. Do you think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are both going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home?
If I had to say right now, I think yes. I think they will.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I would bet probably £5 that they're going to be in it. No more than that though.
Yeah,
and it's probably not going to be a huge role or anything like that.
No. Do you think they'll sort of turn up for the final battle?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I still like the thought of that. Just kind of gives me goosebumps. Like seeing the three of them just like standing there, ready to face like the Sinister Six. Like, I think it will be. I think that would, for me, that would maybe come close to the Thanos portal scene in the Endgame if that happened. Like that would just be.
Yeah, I hope if they do it, they pull it off in an amazing, in such an epic way. Yeah.
I really hope so, and I trust in them that they would do that. Trust in King Kev.
Yeah. Definitely trust in Feige.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into some WandaVision then?
Yes.
Should we start with episode 8, seeing as it just aired?
Episode 8 discussion and then just the rest.
Do you want to go ahead with your thoughts on episode 8? Full spoilers.
Yeah, definitely my favorite episode so far.
Yeah.
100%. Like I feel like they had to kind of do this like a lot more flashbacks to kind of fill in the gaps, but I didn't expect them to go so far back.
Yeah.
Didn't expect to go back to Wanda's childhood. I thought that was really cool. It's probably like one of the best opportunity that they had to kind of go back to that. Really cool to just see her, like the way that she discovered sitcoms and why this is all happening, and it was really like heartbreaking to watch as well, even those scenes back then, because you just like looking at this little girl and you know that her life is just going to go like heartbreak after heartbreak and upset after upset, and
it went through each of the big traumas she'd been through. Yeah,
and just the character development of her just throughout like the whole episode. And you just kind of like feel that complete heartache that she's going through and the grief, like the whole episode just made you like you related to her so much, because most people have experienced grief, and the way they portrayed it was like I thought it was amazing for kind of superhero content, and just and it was nice as well having like the start and like the Agatha kind of flashback as well, and then having her throughout the episode as like kind of her side like kind of guide was really cool.
I had a thought about the witches. Do you think they're related at all to the witches that Thor's mum? She says she was raised by witches or something.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Could be a link there. Who knows?
Potentially, yeah, there could be a link.
All different witches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that I was a bit shocked at that first scene. Were you?
Yeah.
Like how graphic it was.
Yeah, it was like a mixture between The Witch, the film The Witch,
and
Evil Dead, like mixed together.
Yeah, that's a really good description. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, 100%. And just the way that it kind of like shriveled up and like sunk. It was just like
I really like it when the MCU does kind of graphic stuff like that. It's good fun.
I think they've kind of they've done that a lot more in WandaVision, like slightly disturbing things.
Yeah, like the flashes of dead Pietro and dead Vision.
Yeah,
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 quite
and
disturbing.
like the dinner table scene in the first episode and all, where she's like, stop it, and all. It's
Yeah,
just like,
he's choking.
it's
Yeah,
like evil.
so now you think back to that scene where she's like, stop it, and she's like crying or whatever. Now you know what's actually going on. It's kind of disturbing. Like,
It's disturbing, but I saw a really good point, Harry. I don't know whether I hadn't realized it, and it was like, oh, the attention to detail in this show is outstanding. I think
Yeah.
like the way they scatter things throughout, and they never just address it. You just but there was one when Wanda's driving through the suburb like of Westview, and
Yeah.
she looks over at the table, and there's like a woman. It's that woman from the first episode, and she's
Yeah.
sitting at the table by herself, like
Yeah.
on her own.
Yeah.
So you're like made to think that Wanda has like kind of created this subconsciously has created this like partner for her and like this
Yeah.
life and everything.
Like she's improved people's lives, or
yeah,
at least like they feel trapped. Like, because after Vision does this to that guy's head, that they're in pain and feel trapped. But maybe like to kind of, I don't know, she does that. She improves people's lives and tells herself that it's it's okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had even thought as well, like, the way she was driving through Westview, it did look a bit bleak. But that's, I suppose it's like that it could have been hit really badly after the blip that they call it now.
Yeah.
Because this is quite soon after all the events of Endgame and everyone like coming back.
And it was in Endgame when Ant-Man's like walking around that suburb and there's just like trash everywhere and that weird kid on the bike staring at him. Everyone's just miserable.
Yeah. It's not the same place, is it?
No, but it's like it's shortly after that, so that the world is kind of still in, I don't know, in mourning or whatever. Yeah,
I think but yeah, in terms of episode 8, like it was so like the acting of Elizabeth Olsen was outstanding, really. Like Emmy nomination worthy. That
absolutely, hands down, agree with that. She's amazing in this show.
She was so good, and she, like I don't know about you, but like this episode alone, like she like went really high up my list of favorite characters in the MCU. She's like Wanda's really near the top. Just with the performance and like
just the character development. She's had a good. This TV show's really like improved on these characters. Yeah.
And that's the amazing thing about it, isn't it? Like we're going to have Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all coming up, and like all of these sort of like characters that have been more on the sidelines with supporting roles are coming on more into their own, and that's what we had hoped.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's so good. But then we have like some big developments towards the end of the episode as well.
Yeah, there was quite a few reveals actually, and a few theories confirmed or squashed. Yeah, so one of the things was that it doesn't seem, well, it seems we got the reveal that Wanda literally created it and created Vision. Like she didn't steal his body.
Yeah,
she's not reanimating his dead corpse, which is a relief.
complete relief. Yeah, I feel like that would have been very disturbing. Like,
yeah, but it's weird that even though she created him, he was able to last outside the hex for like a couple moments. Like physically, he could actually leave for a bit.
And he could see people outside as well.
Yeah,
and interact with them. Yeah.
So it seems like her powers, the Mind Stone powers that are within her, have managed to kind of create something like that is actually real.
Yeah, and it's really cool as well that Wanda's powers are related to one of the Infinity Stones, isn't it?
Yeah. And I was thinking, like, I don't think maybe I'd thought about it, but I just hadn't thought about it in a long time, is that her powers are from the Mind Stone and Vision is created with the Mind Stone. So that kind of ties into them being together.
Their connection, yeah.
Yeah.
And that the Mind Stone was drawn to Wanda and kind of like revealed something to her, like that silhouette. Did you see the silhouette of like very brief shot, but it looked like the Scarlet Witch costume, like Wanda wearing the Scarlet Witch costume.
Yeah. Quickly on the Mind Stone. Have you heard that theory that the Mind Stone is like the One Ring, and it's trying to get it was, I don't know, like it's trying to form itself or something. It's trying to be rebuilt, or I don't know. But thinking about that, the real Mind Stone is back. No. Wait, were the stones all destroyed? No, because Chris Evans, Captain America, he put all the stones back. Yeah, so the Mind Stone still exists. Yeah,
it still exists, but Vision. It's whether Vision can come. I have a theory about Vision with the next episode.
Yeah.
I think that this gets on to the mid-credits scene. What did you think about the mid-credits scene?
Oh yeah, another reveal there. So is that another Vision that they've tried to replicate from using his body parts? I picked it up from that. Like they've used his body to kind of make like a white Vision. And my theory is that at the end of like they're gonna fight, like Vision in the Hex and White Vision are gonna fight. The next episode was just gonna be that'll be cool.
Really cool to see. Superhero battles. What was I gonna say? Yeah, my theory is that by the end of the episode or by the end of the season, they're gonna combine. So like Wanda's like soul Vision, if you like, is going to combine with like the body again, and then that's going to be just one Vision, like, and that's how Vision will survive.
Yeah. So it'll be another Vision, basically. It won't be the same Vision. It'll just be like Vision's been reborn.
Yeah, and would you like to hope as well that kind of Wanda could kind of give him the memories?
Yeah, potentially, like she could do that because she can infiltrate people's memories and minds.
Do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, let's talk about Agatha. So it seems like she's just there to kind of figure out what's going on. She doesn't seem to be the person behind it all.
Yeah, like she's kind of just been manipulating the odd little thing to kind of figure out some more information.
Yeah, because it was revealed that Wanda is a witch, like a naturally born witch or something like that, or at least this is what I got from it, and that the stone just enhanced her powers, like sent them like through the roof kind of thing. So she's like, well, Agatha knows that Wanda's a witch, but how is she that powerful?
Yeah. And it's like that she's been training for hundreds of years, and she can get nowhere near the level of magic that Wanda has. She's a bit annoyed about that. So yeah, I thought that, but yeah, the Catherine Hahn has been.
She's been good,
yeah. I hadn't really seen her much before. I know she like kind of appears in some comedy films and things. And
seen her in something. Yeah, seen her in something. Can't remember what it was.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she's been, and I did predict the Agatha Harkness reveal. Yeah.
And then that pretty much also means that there's no Nightmare or Mephisto. We both don't really read the comics. We're just kind of fans of the movies and the TV shows. So to be honest, I'm guessing you're the same. I had no idea who they were before this show.
I had heard of Mephisto before, and I hadn't heard of Nightmare. But I'm like you, I suppose, in a way that I have some knowledge of characters that haven't appeared yet. Like I know of other characters that fans really like. Like I had heard of Moon Knight before, like for example. But I'm not very clued up on what happens in the comics. Like I know there's people out there that have favorite issues and favorite like things that they want to see, which is really cool. Like I feel like it's something that I would love to invest more time in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely something that I'd look into potentially, but it's like one of those things where there's so much. It's
So
quite
much
overwhelming.
it is. It's like where do you start? And also like it's throwing the extra money into it as well.
True.
But yeah, I didn't. Well, at least we're getting the content, the TV shows, movies at the moment.
So what happens at the end then? Agatha has Wanda's kids hostage because she thinks that Wanda is going crazy, using her powers for something that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't just manipulate reality, change it to whatever you want. She sees that as against a moral kind of code or something like that.
Yeah, she calls it Wanda's magic, like chaos magic.
Yeah. Yeah, and that must be something to do with Agatha's background. It must be a complete like no, you must never use that,
Yeah, it must be that she's really like freaked out by it, that she's kind of just like, I know what you are now, and I'm you mean total like you don't know how powerful you are kind of situation.
It's annoying though, because it seems extremely obvious to the audience that the correct way would be to talk to her like Rambo was doing, just like having, like she was just having a conversation with her in the street, like, that's probably the way to stop it from happening, but it's just so annoying that it didn't happen. I guess we wouldn't have a story or like without that. But
yeah. And that's just, I suppose that kind of plays into the fact that kind of Agatha is like a witch and she's a bit crafty and she's probably not in the best
she's just not the right person. She's probably not the right person to stop her from going absolutely cataclysmic.
Yeah, considering that she like pretended to be in a sitcom for all that time, like speaking of like Rambo though, like Monica Rambo, like I think she's one of the kind of standout characters.
Yeah, she's good. I don't know, like I'm still thinking about how did she get her powers? Did she like already have something from when she, I don't know, back in the Captain Marvel days, and then that's kind of reacted with the hex and stuff like that? Otherwise, like everybody who's going in and out of the hex could potentially just become a mutant. Or whatever it is they're becoming.
That was a really cool scene. Just to see her getting her powers, and then
that was cool. Yeah, I'll admit that looked really awesome. And then how she comes into the hex, and then she can see everything in like energy, like it shows a point of view shot, and it's all like energy.
That was really good. I forgot about that. Yeah, there are so many little pieces of WandaVision that you sort of forget, and you think, oh, that's so clever.
Yeah,
love it. So what was your, I don't think you said about episode 8, like would you say is it your favorite episode of the season so far?
I think I quite liked the one with I think it was episode 5 with Pietro, or was it episode 6? Episode 5 and 6 I liked quite a lot. But to be honest, all of it's been good. Even episode 1 and 2, I really enjoyed. So you're saying this was your favorite episode then?
Yeah, it was my favorite episode, just how it made me feel.
Most character development and reveals and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. I just how traumatizing it was for Wanda, and that like that shot of just her when she just sinks down on the plot of land on where the house should be, and then she just kind of goes it just like erupts all of the years of like grief and like torment and hurt has just burst out of her, like out of one of the most powerful beings. Like it's it's amazing.
It's the final straw, and then she just unleashes. Yeah. I mean, if you'd been through that and you had that power to create your own little pocket reality with anything you want, like, why wouldn't you do it?
I know. I love that shot as well, where like she's like everything's in black and white when the sitcom appears first, and then like you just see like her foot step out in black and white, and then it just like, cuts to her, and she's like into her Wanda like sitcom, like it's really nice.
I wonder.
Really heartbreaking.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
No. I was just thinking about it, that it was just so.
Go on then. Let's get into some predictions for the finale.
Okay.
I think it's obviously going to end badly. It's going to end on some sort of cliffhanger where Wanda is just like full on villain. At least that's what I think.
I don't think it's going to end with Wanda like full on villain. I think it's going to end with maybe like a mid-credit scene, or like some kind of reveal of like a higher villain, like Nightmare or Mephisto, like, or something.
Jimmy Woo is Mephisto.
Can you imagine? But like, I feel like there's going to be a villain reveal towards the end. That's going to be who's going to be the villain in Doctor Strange too.
Right. See, I'm leaning towards. I could completely see that happen, but I'm predicting that by the end of the show, Wanda will have unleashed the multiverse, and she will have spiraled down, like to a villain level, and then she'll be the villain for Doctor Strange. Oof. That's what I think.
Interesting theory, yeah. Because I mean, it could go either way.
Yeah, no, it's both ways. I think quite. There's a high chance of either happening. I would just prefer. Well, who knows what I would prefer, because what we get is probably the best thing. But it would be cool to have a character that was once like a hero in all the Avengers movies who was turned into like a big villain. Because then you kind of care more about it. You've seen how she's become that. I don't know. Could be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to lose like
Wanda. And I think she will die, and Doctor Strange will kill her in Doctor Strange 2. That's what I think.
Nah. I can't. I have to respectfully disagree. I think I think that she's like Elizabeth Olsen is so good, and like Wanda's going to be so loved after this that I think they'll keep her around as like one of the main Avengers in Phase 4. I think that she'll be she'll become really prominent, like one of the main characters basically. That's my thought anyway. That like her and Vision will be like a big power couple, like literally.
Could definitely see that happening, because it's really successful, and they probably knew that it would be. So
I can see them having a like kind of maybe a WandaVision film, but maybe like an actual like Wanda standalone MCU movie after, like because she could carry it no problem. Like she's proved that she's amazing.
Really, really interesting character. She's got really cool powers. Vision is also like, actually Vision might be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely got everything it needs to be a success.
What was that line? And it's going to be like iconic now in episode 8. What is grief if not love persevering?
Yeah. I was going to bring that up, but I forgot. Yeah, that was a wise words of wisdom from Vision there. Yeah, I like that kind of it reminded me of the scene between the last Ultron robot and Vision when they're in the woods, kind of discussing humanity.
Yeah,
like they're both AI robots, or kind of a mix. Vision's a mixture. They're both a mixture of things. but they've not been alive long, and they're there discussing humanity and its existence in the universe. And I always thought that was a really cool scene.
Yeah. It's this see, watching WandaVision has made me really want to watch Age of Ultron again. I haven't watched it now in a while, so might get that on.
Yeah. Still, it's a great movie, but probably the worst out of the Avengers. But it's still like some big stuff happens in that.
Yeah. No, it's important in the grand scheme of things now.
Probably has the best Hulk scene, where he's raging after Wanda causes him to go like absolutely berserk. That's sick.
The Iron Man, the Hulk Buster.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Part of me kind of wishes we had something like that Hulk raging out in Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wanted him to be like that, in the Battle of Wakanda. If he'd kind of raged out then, but then become Smart Hulk in Endgame, like I would have been satisfied.
One last Hulk rage out like around like Wakanda would have been really satisfying to see. I think just like smashing every like.
Yeah.
Like, really
that would have been awesome.
Like Hulk like bounding up the top of the dome, like. But at least we got that horror scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
So yeah, just one more episode left, and then I guess in the coming weeks we'll have a lot of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier to talk about, which will be good fun.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be right on to that. One more thing about the finale. Do you think that the kids, like Wanda's children, will survive? When because obviously like the hex is gonna go down. I think.
I have no idea, but I'm gonna put a definitive prediction down just for the sake of it. I think they are both gonna die with Westview. Yeah. Okay. When that disappears, they will disappear.
You see, I think they're gonna survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think they'll be fully adult characters
in the future? Yeah, because I feel like I think they're gonna go for Young Avengers.
Okay, so like teenage kind of.
Well, like where Haley Steinfeld is playing Kate Bishop in Hawkeye. Like she's taking over with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So just having like a young cast and then just having like Wanda and Vision's children would be really cool. But I'm just thinking, Harry, of one thing that we haven't really talked about, and it's Evan Peters.
Yeah. So it was kind of revealed that Agatha kind of created him, but like there's got to be some kind of relevance to why he was actually physically looking like Quicksilver from the X-Men world.
Yeah, but do you think though, like, does Agatha have that?
Maybe, like, who knows? Like, who knows what like the witches can do? Like, maybe, because
I'm just wondering. Like, I still think that in the finale there's gonna be a big reveal that he is actually like from the Fox X-Men universe.
Yeah, maybe she did, like, because she said she couldn't bring back Pietro. Did she say something like she couldn't bring him back because he was dead in another country?
Yeah.
So she just brought, and then she just pulled probably the next best thing into existence, which could be Quicksilver from X-Men.
Yeah. Isn't that a really satisfying thought? That if that is true, that they've just worked out into the show that they can go, we like that Quicksilver and we're just going to pull him into the MCU from the Fox universe, and that's like could they do that with other characters?
Okay, that kind of links into a question I've got for you.
Okay.
The big actor kind of Luke Skywalker level kind of cameo appearance, or I don't know, whatever it's going to be. Not saying it will be this, but imagine if it was Professor X rolling in.
Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart.
That'd be so cool.
I think I could be of assistance.
It'll take the two of us.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, that just like an X-Men team rolling up behind Quicksilver. Like it would be really like bizarre, wouldn't it? I do. Do you think it's going to be? Because I think that Doctor Strange is going to appear at the end of the finale. To lead into the multiverse of madness.
But they said it's going to be like a Luke Skywalker level thing, and Doctor Strange isn't a Luke Skywalker level, cameo.
Yeah, but is it going to be a Luke Skywalker level though? Like,
that's what they said. So if not, they've lied.
Yeah,
I guess it is subjective though.
Yeah, because I think it was Elizabeth Olsen that said that.
But has she not worked with Benedict?
Yeah, she probably would have worked with him. Like, I don't think they've ever had a scene
They
together.
They were both in the battle at the end of Endgame.
Both at the funeral.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think it could be then? Do you think the engineer is going to be shown? Is that who the cameo is?
John Krasinski.
Oh, I don't know. Like I'm hanging on to that hope that that's going to happen. But at this stage, I'm like kind of like, oh, who am I kidding? It's never like going to happen.
Yeah, they mentioned the astronaut program in episode 4. Do you think that's got anything to do with Fantastic Four? Probably.
Well, it is in development, like because we know that John Watts is going to direct, and I think they're looking for writers at the moment. I think for Fantastic Four.
Okay.
But yeah, it would be really cool though if John Krasinski did appear, because everybody would know that he was Reed Richards.
Yeah, the fan art looks really cool.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. And I love the idea of having Emily Blunt playing Sue Storm.
Oh yeah.
And they're like a husband and wife, because their chemistry would be.
Yeah, they'd have good chemistry then. Yeah.
It'd be incredible. Hopefully that does happen. But then maybe they want to cast them a bit younger. I don't know.
Potentially.
But yeah, we'll see. I suppose like that, Robert Downey Jr. was in his 40s, like 50s when he was cast. So
yeah.
But we'll see. It should be. I do really hope that there is some kind of like amazing reveal that nobody has guessed in the last episode, or like as you say, like it is someone like Magneto or like Professor X rolls out, like just like or I think what would break the internet if it was Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. I think that would like
that would be ridiculous, and it's probably like a 0.01% chance.
Yeah. I know, but like I feel like if we were going for like a Luke Skywalker level, that would be
Deadpool?
Like
Deadpool?
I can't see it. I feel like it would kind of take away from the epicness of the finale. It would make it a bit silly. In some ways, not silly, but like a bit more meta. I don't know. It's I can't wait to see it now. I'm like counting down the days to next Friday. Like I feel like this finale, like the anticipation and the build up to it, like it sounds like it's gonna be. And I really hope it's like more than an hour long, because that's the one kind of. If I had a complaint about WandaVision, I don't know about you, but I really want a little bit longer in each episode.
Yeah, I would like the finale to be at least 50-55 minutes with a big superhero battle.
So there's a lot to kind of get through in the episode, like because there's Darcy and Jimmy Woo and Monica and Quicksilver and
they've got a really good bunch of characters in this show.
Really good. And hopefully we get to see a lot more of them. I think I heard that Darcy's coming back for more shows and films, so
I'm sure a lot of the TV characters will cross over with other TV shows. Well, I guess like Feige said, it's all the same thing, TVs and films. So characters will be crossing over from both.
It's just it's exciting. It's exciting the possibilities are ahead in the next few years. Like the thought that like anybody from past Marvel films or from the X-Men could like make an appearance.
Yeah.
Whoever they want really, and they can just go multiverse reasons, like which is cool. Like it's just you wouldn't have thought like even a couple of years ago that like Phase 4 would be multiverse. Well, we don't know, but that's what
like the real chunk of Phase 4 we haven't even seen any of it yet. It's going to be Shang-Chi, and we haven't even seen Black Widow yet. We know that's a prequel set in between. When is it? It's in the 5 years. No, it's after Civil War. No,
yeah.
And then what other films have we got coming? Doctor Strange, which we know is the multiverse. Spider-Man, we know is the multiverse.
Well,
probably. We don't know it. We think it could be. I don't know. There's things like Blade and Guardians of the Galaxy, but they're probably a ways off yet.
I like the idea of the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yeah. That'll be good fun. I'm just going to search the Marvel Phase 4.
Yeah, and it's I think it's happened like, you know, obviously the pandemic's been awful and everything, but like for the MCU, I feel like it kind of like aligned it so that WandaVision would come first in Phase 4, and that's been such a good outcome like for the MCU because I think that I feel like I'll appreciate Black Widow a lot more after this gap and having like a kind of like Phase 4 start and then kind of dipping your toe back into kind of Black Widow.
I'm hoping Black Widow delivers on the action because I just I'm absolutely love like spy thriller action.
Yeah.
But we've got Eternals.
Yes.
Eternals. What else? Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh.
Which we know that'll be potentially one of the better ones.
Yeah, 100%.
Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians 3, and Fantastic Four.
Really pleased that Ant-Man is getting a third film. I really enjoy those films.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Quantumania.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're having a lot more fun with the kind of themes of the films now.
Yeah, they do. Like they've got their solid fan base now, so they can be a bit more weird. Like, what's your most anticipated?
Thor, just because Ragnarok's one of my favorite MCU movies. Yeah. But the rest of it sound like I'm a big fan of Sam Raimi directing Doctor Strange, so that sounds cool. And what about you?
I feel like that might be my top 3, but I'm really like I feel like Eternals is going to be in my top 3 because I'm really excited at the thought of it.
There was that news article about who was it? Some of the producers or higher ups of Disney, and they're like absolutely blown away. I haven't seen the article; I've just heard about it. Absolutely blown away by what they've got for Eternals, thinking it's one of the better films that they've made. That sounds. I mean, how many times have you heard like someone who works on a film say it's the best film they've ever worked on? But
they seem really confident with it, and it feels like, you know, we haven't really nothing much has been revealed that much about it. Like there's been no kind of there's been no trailer.
Yeah, I hope it's genuine and it really is something amazing.
If you think about it, like Chloe Zhao, who's directing it, she's directed like Nomadland. I haven't seen it yet because it's not out here yet.
Oh, that's one of the Oscar movies for this year?
Yeah. It's got Frances McDormand in it.
Oh yeah, I saw an article about it saying it's the best reviewed film of the year or something.
Yeah, and I did hear that about the Eternals as well. Like they're really confident with it, and that it could be one of their best films, like critically. And it sounds like it's got all the elements of that though. Like it sounds really progressive and like it's got a really diverse cast and
and we're fans of John Campea and Robert Meyer Burnett, and they just hearing Robert Meyer Burnett talk about Eternals. I don't know if you've heard him speak about it, but he gets he gets so excited, and just from hearing him, that has made me more excited about it, because I know really nothing. I know nothing about it really, but just seeing someone who actually like knows the characters get really hyped. That's kind of made me excited.
He gets really hyped about Moon Knight as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Moon Knight, yeah. And that's Oscar Isaac as well.
What a great casting choice that was.
Yeah,
man, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the biggest kind of casting news in the last few years is the fact that Christian Bale is playing the villain in Thor: Love and Thunder. I
just said that was my most anticipated, and I've completely forgotten that it was even a thing. So now it's even more anticipated.
Yeah. I know you've loved Christian Bale for years.
Huge fan. Yeah, he's an incredible actor. He is an incredible actor. Yeah, I just want to shout out Matt Shakman as well, director of WandaVision, because he's my boy from Always Sunny. We'll not mention Game of Thrones, but he directed so many Always Sunny episodes, and that is hands down my favorite show. So yeah, he's done a great job with WandaVision.
Yeah, he has. He's directed all the episodes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And then Jack Schaefer is the showrunner.
Jack Schaefer.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lady.
Nice one. All right, mate. We're coming up to an hour now, so
has it been an hour already?
I think so. Almost.
Oh, wow.
But we have had a pretty good discussion. I'm happy to be back talking movies with you, man. It's good.
Yeah, it has been really good. Yeah, it's kind of like ignited like a movie spark in me that I've been I know you're probably the same, but I really like miss the cinema and like just
hands down, yeah, exactly.
Getting out and sitting in front with that nice sweet popcorn and just getting ready to kind of see a big release that you've been waiting for and like been talking about and like waiting for, like discussing for years. Like
a few months now.
Yeah.
April or May or something till they're open.
Yeah. I think it's May. I think it's May the 17th is a kind of tentative date that they could reopen. So fingers crossed that we'll get a few good releases over the summer.
Hope so.
Do you think Black Widow will be moved?
When is Black Widow coming now?
The 7th of May. I think they might push it a month or two.
Yeah. So that could be a big summer film. Yeah.
Yeah, but then the Shang-Chi is July.
Is it? So they might push that one back to August and Black Widow to July or June or July. Or something.
The end of June potentially. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I don't think that they'll move it like to next year or anything. I think it will have to be.
That's good. I'm excited to finally get some MCU in the cinema again.
I know. I know. And the thought of Spider-Man at Christmas.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be full capacity cinemas. No one will have to worry about COVID, and it'll just be back to the exciting, exhilarating experiences that going to see a Marvel movie is. So I can't wait.
Yes, please. I'll have some of that, please.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. And I will speak to you next week when we talk about the finale.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, can't wait to talk about it.
All right. Cheers, mate. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.